Welcome everybody to Snake Music Reviews. I'm your host, Prince Elias. This is Ka, and today we are counting down the top 10 best albums of the year. Now, I'll be honest, my music has been sporadic. The music I've been listening to that came out in 2021 has been sporadic, but there were some albums that stood out above the rest, and so those are my top 10. It may not be your top 10, and you may be disagreeing with everything I say, but this is my list. This is what I listened to. This is what I loved for 2021. And so here we go. Top 10 albums of 2021. And we will start off with number 10, the Shang-Chi soundtrack. Now, I was late to the game seeing the Shang-Chi movie because I refused to go to a movie theater at that time that it came out. And so I was just going to wait till it come on streaming, which it didn't till later on in the year. And I did watch it, did enjoy it. But when the movie did come out, the first thing I did do was listen to the soundtrack. And that soundtrack was amazing. All the artists involved, all the Asian representation, from the hip hop to the pop to the R&B. I got introduced to so many new artists. They probably weren't new. They probably were artists that's been out for years, but I was introduced to a lot of new music and new artists that I've never heard of. And I was amazed and blown away. And I've been jamming that soundtrack even before watching the film when it came to Disney Plus. So and this is the only movie soundtrack that made my top 10 list. A lot of movies did come out, a lot of soundtrack and music came out and scores, but Shang-Chi was that repeat. So I really love that movie soundtrack, and it made me pumped to watch the film. And by the time I watched the film, it was like, it was a perfect marriage, you know what I'm saying? But that movie soundtrack was amazing, and I'm glad I listened to it even before I watched the film. Number 9, I would say, is Tones and I. Tones and I is like an alternative pop group. I love the vocals of the lead singer. She is amazing. And they had an album to come out this year called Welcome to the Madhouse. That album, top of notch. When it comes to alternative pop that you don't really hear on the radio, but it might be thrown, a random song of theirs might be thrown on a TV show episode or movie soundtrack or something, or commercial, but you never heard of the song itself or the artist itself. That's the type of artist that Tones and I is, and I love them. Amazing. Number 8 would be the rapper IDK. He had an album came out earlier this year called Use For Yourself, and IDK, I love him. The first thing I heard was the single featuring Sway Lee and damn, I done lost a blank. But anyways, the single with Sway Lee and Rico Nasty. Oh my gosh, that song, that is the song. I love it. It was amazing. But it was you know, it was just a great amazing album. He also had a song with feature Offset from the Migos. I'm not really a Migos fan, but oftentimes Offset, when he's featured on other artists, he really stands out, and I can get the Migos hype. I can understand the Migos appeal whenever I hear a feature from Offset. He is really good and really underrated as far as when it comes to like rappers you hear in features. They give amazing verses in other people's catalogs. Like, I get the Migos hype, but when it comes to Migos music, I'm not really a big fan. I've tried giving their albums a listen, and every album they've ever dropped, I've only liked one song off each album, which is crazy. But whenever an artist put Offset on, one of the members Offset on their albums, on their songs, he go hard, and I like it. I like the vibe. It's just amazing. IDK, an amazing album. No skips when it comes to hip hop and rap albums when it comes to that. Number 7, Flux Pavilion. I guess it's called Wave. It is Flux Pavilion is actually the only EDM artist on this list when it comes to music that dropped in 2021 that I enjoyed. Now, I did enjoy a lot of other EDM songs, but a lot of my favorite artists only drop like loosey singles here and there or remixes and stuff. But as far as full-fledged EDM albums from start to finish, no skips, Flux Pavilion, he was that dude, and one of his songs is on my top 10 songs of the year, because I had that on repeat the whole year. No skips whatsoever. Okay, we're counting down. Number 6, J. Cole's The Off Season. Now, when it comes to major hip-hop acts, the Drakes, the Kendricks, the J. Cole's, all that jazz, the radio play, the hits, J. Cole, he really top of the notch in the off season. I was so happy that he dropped an album this year. Drake, I was excited, and I did like Certified Lover Boy, but I was a little underwhelmed. It wasn't what I expected. So when it comes to the big three, the Kendricks, the J. Cole's, the Drakes, you know, Kendrick dropped a song with one of his artists, but he didn't drop an album this year. J. Cole, he delivered. He gave us a full-fledged album, and he delivered. That album was amazing. The features were amazing. I loved it. J. Cole is the man. Still on hip-hop. Hip-hop is really, they did good this year, because really hip-hop never really reaches my top 10 that much, not this much. But we will go with Tyler, the Creator, for number 5 with Call Me If You Get Lost. Tyler, the Creator, has really become that dude. When him and Odd Future first emerged from the scene, I wasn't into them. I just thought that they were obnoxious and weird and crazy rap group, just the weirdo boys, and it was just, he rubbed people the wrong way a lot. But as the years gone by, and he's shown us his artistry, not just the crazy antics, but his actual music, he showed us all that he could do, and he's evolved musically. Tyler, the Creator, is that dude. He dropped an amazing album last year, but it wasn't considered really hip-hop, because he was doing some singing and stuff on there. But I believe it was Igor, yeah. But Call Me If You Get Lost, This Is That. He was spitting bars. He was going ham. He was just wow. The production was wow. The lyrics was wow. I just loved it. It was amazing. Tyler really blew me away, and I love the evolution of his music. Okay, number 4. Lil Nas X, Montero. Lil Nas X, really, this was his year. He really made waves. First, when he dropped the Montero music video, you know, people going crazy. Oh, he's lap dancing on the devil and stuff like that. But even after that, he just went ham, especially with Industry Baby, featuring Jack Harlow. But when the album finally dropped and I listened to all the songs, that album is amazing. He really did a great job mixing the rap with the pop, with some rock, all the features from Elton John to Miley Cyrus. You know, it was just amazing. A great perfect project. It was his official album, even though he came out with this 7-track album years ago with Old Town Road on there. But this is his first official debut album. For me, I'm gonna say second album, but he claims it's his first debut album. Either way, this was amazing. This is a great way of showing people that he's beyond Old Town Road, that he's bigger than Old Town Road, and that he can actually make great songs. So great job, Lil Nas X. Montero was an amazing project, amazing album, and I had that album on repeat. Speaking of gay artists, Elton John, his number 3 with the Lockdown Sessions. The Lockdown Sessions, I was very surprised. I'm not really a huge Elton John fan. I've listened to some of his classics. A lot of his classics are on my old school playlist on Spotify and stuff like that. But as far as being like a Uber fan, or like, oh my gosh, I have to run and listen to the new Elton John album, I was not checking for this album at all. I was not looking for this album. I just, you know, I don't check for Elton John. I like his older stuff, but I just don't look for anything new. But when he dropped the single off this album featuring Nicki Minaj and Young Thug, Always Love You, that was, I never thought that those 3 artists together would make an amazing song. It just never clicked in my head. Elton John, Nicki Minaj, Young Thug, but it meshed together. It was a perfect song. And after hearing that, I went and listened to the entire album. He has features with Dua Lipa and a lot of other great pop acts, a couple of hip-hop acts. He really did great with the Lockdown Sessions. An amazing album. I really had a great time listening to that album, and that album's definitely been on repeat. So yeah, number 3, Elton John. Number two was actually the number 1 artist of last year's list, and that is My Morning Jacket. This band, oh my gosh, ever since my friend introduced me to this band, I've been in love with them. I love My Morning Jacket. And this year, they were number 1 last year with their last album, but this year they became number 2. They got knocked out slightly by another artist, but this band, this is their self-titled album. So My Morning Jacket album, self-titled, and this was amazing songs, no skips, like, and I've listened to it on repeat. I've listened to this album so much that I'm surprised that they didn't make my Spotify Wrapped, and I will get to that in another video. We will talk about my Spotify Wrapped, because I was just shocked at the results, because I really did listen to My Morning Jacket a lot. So for it, and Lil Nas X Montero, so for it to not make my Spotify rap list, I was shocked. But as far as my list of best albums of 2021, My Morning Jacket self-titled was number 2, and number 2 for a reason. It was amazing. Perfect music, songs, lyrics, the guitar solos. I love a good guitar solo when it comes to rock bands. It was just amazing. The topics that they talked about in their songs, it was just great. It was amazing. My Morning Jacket is an amazing band. I'm so happy. I hate that I'm late to the game of My Morning Jacket, but I love that I listen to their music now, and I'm a fan. Now, ready, Kai? Number one is the rap conglomerate, band, group, whatever you want to call it, Brockhampton with Roadrunner. I believe it's a long title. It's Roadrunner, New Light, New Machine. But I'm just going to call it Roadrunner from the rest of this video. Brockhampton's Roadrunner is an amazing project. I love it. And their song, there's a song on here that's going to be on my top 10 songs of the year list in the next video. Man, that song alone put this at the top, because I'm listening and I'm in my car. I was jamming, I was dancing, I was rocking. I was like, yeah. And then that song came on and a tear just went down my face, and I was like, am I crying? Like, did this song really hit me like that? Like, it was amazing. Brockhampton, this group, another group just like My Morning Jacket, been out for a long time, has an amazing fan base, has an amazing repertoire of music, albums, singles, and I was late to the game. Didn't hear about them until last year, and you know, it's better late than never. That's all I can say. This list is a better late than never list, because my top 2 favorite artists were artists that I was late to the game, to the bandwagon to join. But I do like that their fan base has welcomed me with open arms. Ever since I dropped my reviews for their albums, you know, a lot of fans have been reaching out saying, hey, you should listen to this. You should listen to this by this artist. You should listen to this. And so I'm glad that even though I'm late to the game, that both Brockhampton and My Morning Jacket fans have been very welcoming, and they're like, hey, you should check this out, or you should see them live here, or yada yada. It's just, or you should look at this concert at the music on YouTube, you know, see them perform this particular song on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's amazing. I love this group. They deserve, especially with Roadrunner, they deserve number 1 for album of the year, in my opinion. Now, if you don't agree with my list, think my list is stupid, or you never heard these artists, or you think I have no taste in music, that's fine. Go make your list. You know, go make your video, record your video, or just make your list, put it in the comments for me. Let me read. What was your top 10 albums of the year? These are mine. I stand by them. I said what I said, and it is what it is. I love these albums. They were amazing. Next video will be top 10 songs of the year. And then hopefully before New Year's Eve, I'll drop my Spotify Wrap, because that list is completely different than everything else. And of course, top 10 movies of the year is also coming soon. So anyways, I must go. My battery's about to die and I need to charge and make a new battery, put a new battery in. But anyways, that was my top 10 albums of 2021. What are yours? Comment below. I'm your host, Prince Elias. This is Ka, and we are Snake Music Reviews. Check y'all out 2022. Peace.